Hello, everyone. I am Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we went into Dresden and took care of another military thing that we had, so that's very good. Also, we went to the Court of Fox's Wit, and it has become a giant floating island. Truly magical. Now, we've got a couple things for our armies to try to do. First up, Agaboya. See if you can take care of this army. It might be possible, it might be a bit tricky, but we'll try. So first things first, Fireball. Take out those three. That was fantastic. Now for the sharpshooters. Sharpshooters aren't going to be able to attack. You can do a lot to these. Wait. Finish off the sharpshooters. Alright. Let them all move in. Take out... Do a number on these skeletons. You know what? We can actually finish all these guys off. Beautiful. These are not as tough as I thought they'd be. Like, sure, they were ominous, but... they're weaker than I thought. There you go, Agaboya. Beautiful. Having relieved the last undead from their curse, the clerics discovered an artifact emanating vile energy that had been attracting the living dead to this place. After carefully sealing their find with protective spells, the clerics brought it to the commander. That can give a good item. Alright, let's, you are gonna head back over to... here, I think. Now, you're gonna head up to here. Now, Setsuna. Let's see if you can take out this army. Terry, Demodans, and cultist fighters. Right, Fireball. Very nice. Take out as many of those Demodans as you can. Okay, and you guys can't really do anything else. Alright. Fireball again. Fight those fighters. They're the last ones. So these guys actually aren't that well, they're about to attack. How much are they doing? Killed all the paladins! Great! So those fighters are gonna be tough. It was just the large number of them that was very worrying. But we've whittled them down a lot. Alright, we can get him now. Alright, we got him. Really? One left? And he did nothing. Down he goes. The indescribably huge and formidable Demodan chief didn't even rise from the pile of treasures on which he was sitting to rebuff the attack. There he died, his loins sprawled over a pile of stolen goods and golden coins. The very nature of Demodans, their grotesque forms and penchant for goading others to excess, doomed him to death. We might be able to take care of this one. Let me drop a save. Alright, Demon Army, you're gonna go down. Alright, bunch of them gathered together. Fireball them. That did a lot. Can't wipe any of them out. But we can whittle them down a lot. We can make them all weaker. Alright. Okay, that is definitely bad. Okay. You need to get out of there. And you need to heal our marksman. Damn it! Surprisingly, you were able to kill those. Almost. There we go. And self. And we got this group. There we go. The pass where Howl Eternal Predatory Winds has been taken. In the times of Sarkoris, the shamans used to call this place the Mountain Flute, and here summoned the spirits of the Plane of Air. The wisdom of Sarkorians pointed them to a place where the elemental energies are especially powerful. And we're not gonna go for those anytime soon. We're gonna march back here. Let's see. There's only a few armies left. We've got... That's huge. That's tough. And that one is numerous. We're gonna need to increase our army level. Our numbers. So you're gonna head back to here. Agaboya, you are going to... You're gonna stay over to here. And that'll be fine. Now we shall continue moving onwards to Chili Creek and see what they wanted to give us. Go ahead and rest.
Men and women often look at me with lust in their eyes. But not you. I find being with you calming. Surprising as that may sound.
Unacceptable. A demon should feel fear when in proximity to a Hell Knight.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, failed the fish on a stick. Oh, what do we got going on here? The phylactery. Yeah, we're gonna do the phylactery. No change there. Alright, our armies shall continue on to where they were going. There you go. Agaboya, you as well. Perfect. And we continue on to Chili Creek. Enter the location. Oh, now you've shown up.
Commander.
There you go. Now, they said they had something for us. It's not a wolf that howls in the night, it's not a bittern that cries in the fen. The fishermen sway slowly from side to side as they sing a mournful dirge. A woman, her face red and swollen from weeping, lifts a small doll made of grass and seaweed above her head, and ties it to a branch with a light blue ribbon. It's not the falling rain that blinds my sight, it's the grief of my broken, bleeding heart. What's happening here? Shush, be quiet. What's happening? What's happening is that Lavona's son died 2 days ago. Her eldest, of course. So we're here commemorating the poor child. What does the doll mean? The doll represents the person who died. That's what it means. When someone dies, we hang a doll here in their memory, and this is the place where we mourn our dead. Others bury their dead in the ground or keep their ashes in urns, but our dead sleep at the bottom of the river. The river always claims her own, you know. Child or old man, it doesn't matter. Every one of us will drink of the icy water someday. See the white shores of the icy rill? That's not sand, it's the bones of our ancestors. And one day we'll join them. How did he die? You want to know how he died? She begged him not to get close to the water, told him so many times to stay on the shore. He's her firstborn, you know, but he didn't listen to his mama. He went swimming, got a leg cramp, and, well, what more is there to say? You can't cheat the river. What's so special about firstborns? Too curious for your own good, eh? People are in mourning. They didn't come here to answer all your questions. They came here to grieve. Go on and leave us in peace. My condolences. Thank you for your kind words, but it's probably best for you to move along. This is a gathering of friends and family, and unfamiliar faces don't bring much comfort. The fishermen ignore you as they continue to sing their mournful dirge. Huh. Well, they did still say they had a gift for us, so... Hello, Jurnog. The villagers are performing some kind of ritual on the outskirts of the village. They were singing songs. Yes, I noticed. But at least I finally understand why the dolls are put in the trees. Each one represents a person who has died, their body lost to the waters of the river. If a doll is tied with a gray ribbon, the person died on land, and the remains were sent downstream in a boat. Dark blue ribbons represent those who have drowned. The light blue ribbons are used to signify the drowning of a firstborn, an eldest child. And there are a frightening number of light blue ribbons on those branches. Something strange is going on in this village. Well, you don't have to tell me. Take the people who are performing the memorial service for the drowned boy, for example. When they discovered he drowned, they just shrugged. He was a firstborn, they said, and that was that. It was like they expected it. There was no surprise, no sense of bewilderment, no deep grief. There was just sad resignation. It all seemed so strange.
I do what I must.
There's Melissa and Markhill. Look, the commander's here. Welcome back. Please, stay here as long as you'd like. Markhill, you told me your village had taken a collection to aid the army. Oh, right you are. Here it is, just like I said. Go ahead, take it. We're just glad to help in any way we can. How are things going in the village? Things haven't been good of late. The widow Lavona lost her oldest son the other day. He drowned. She told him not to get too close to the river, but when have children ever listened to their mothers? If the icy rill wants something, she'll get it sooner or later. That's a fact. The boy was a firstborn after all. She loves firstborns. Our river loves them to death. Now, enough with such horrible talk. I'm a firstborn too, and I'm still fine, alive, and kicking. What kind of ritual are the villagers performing in the grove near the outskirts of the village? Which villagers? The ones who are singing songs? No, that's not a ritual. They're holding a memorial service. We don't bury our dead underground. We put them in boats and release them into the embrace of our mother, Icy Rill. But that's only when someone dies on land. When the river takes someone, well, there's obviously no body to put into the boat, so people sing songs in their memory and leave dolls on the trees. Well, it's a simple enough reward, but that does raise more questions about just what's going on in this place. Okay. Let's head back to the Citadel. So I don't think there's anything else around here we need to take care of. Although, since I'm out here on the map... Can't do anything there, can't do anything there. We got the core of the riddle. Ivory Sanctum over there. Crimson Dust. Blackwater is later. Sacred Lands. Bones and Mud. There is a whole bunch of stuff over here we need to take care of. And down here. I think we're going to need to take a teleport to the Yans of Yathwatch Bastion and take a look at what's going on around here. Actually, I want to see what this is. Yes, go ahead and rest. It has been so long since I was last in Cheliax, I am no longer sure I can call it my home. But a Hell Knight does not need a home. My order and my purpose are enough. Okay. Ooh, we can recruit men. Also an event. Lan wants to talk. Sure, we'll be there shortly. But we have units to summon. Let's see here. Oh, you guys are going to have quite a bit. Spearmen, sorcerers, and a load of hedge knights. Agaboya, you head there. This army is going to join up with Agaboya. That's not all. It is all. Okay, you guys, and you guys. You guys are going to head over to here. Setsuna. There we go. Some more of you, and some more of you. Beautiful. Alright. Now, I would very much like to see... We're going to evade. We don't need to fight. Okay, time has passed. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to go anywhere. You need to join up. There you go. More of you. More of you. And more of you. And let's continue on. I want to... You know what? I'm not going to. There's actually another path there. Interesting. And a primitive altar. Just some things to collect. You guys don't have anything to do. So let's go ahead and teleport back to base. Back to Dresden. And in we go to the Citadel. Lan rubs the reptile side of his face, picking at the scales with his claw. That's it, Commander. I can't do it anymore. I'm not a chief. What happened? I can't handle it. I thought it'd be my people crying to you, but it turns out it's me. I just don't know how to make the right decision. Alright, let's try to figure out how to deal with your problems. Alright. First of all, Erin, a girl from the tribe, wants to marry an elf. When did they even have time to get together? Feels like I'm the only one without a love life around here. Anyway, she needs the chief's blessing. They want to be married by the laws of the tribe, but I won't do it. He's an elf, she's a mongrel. Letting them marry means dooming them to eternal misery. It's wrong, but if I don't marry them, I'll be making her miserable now. My second problem. 5 fools are so afraid of demons that they've hidden in the sewage system and refuse to come out. I tried talking to them. Pointless. And I can't just drag them out. I had a plan to lure them out with food, but I think they've found some down there. The rats here are definitely bigger than what we're used to. And the third problem, what should we do with the children and old people? This is a military campaign. Old people can do some household chores, but the kids only get under everyone's feet. I have no idea what to do. You see? I'm not a chief. I'm probably the first person to ever ask this, but demote me, please. Let's take these one at a time. Start with the first problem. Love is always a good thing, right? But how do I approve of a marriage between an elf and a mongrel? She'll be dead in 20 years or so, but he'll live for 1,000 years more. I can't in good conscience bless them, but I can't stand in the way of their happiness either. Let's see. Let them get married. They are adults and can choose their own fate. Sounds like a plan that should at least be considered. Damn it, I was hoping my problems were unsolvable. Let's try the second one. I think maybe I should just throw a barrel of powder into the sewers and light the fuse. It's the only way to get those cowards out of there. But if I do that, then you'll get another fuse, and I don't think I'll like where you stick that one. Give them time. They'll get bored in the sewers and come out to see what their friends are doing. That easy, huh? But maybe it could really work. Fine, I admit it. I just didn't want to think about all this. My head is spinning. Third problem. For some reason, I never thought the entire tribe would come up to the surface. I only pictured the warriors up here. But what do I do with the rest? I guess we could use the hungry infants to deafen the enemy. They scream so loud you can hear them behind the walls of Dresden. I can't think of what to do with the others. I'll send all those who can't fight to Nerosian. They'll be taken care of there. I'll still worry about them, but I guess that's what it means to be chief, right? Nothing to it. Here's a lesson from one commander to another. Don't be afraid of making your own decisions. But know that you can always talk to me. Alright, lesson learned. I'll try to be as good as you. It's not the poor folks' fault they got stuck with the most useless chief in all Galarian, and maybe the adjacent plains too. A chief who is extraplanarily bad, I'd say. You're not that bad. Commander! The woman entering the room is horribly wounded. Her simple clothes are soaked with blood, her face has been beaten to a pulp, and one arm is twisted at an unnatural angle. She walks toward you, but her legs give out and she falls to the floor. Commander, it's Ember! Ember's been taken! Somebody help, she's wounded. One of the soldiers helps your guest up and hands her a healing potion. The woman drinks it and sighs with relief. She still looks terrible, but at least her wounds are no longer bleeding and she is standing on her own 2 feet. Thank you, Commander, but don't waste time on me. I don't deserve your kindness. You must save Ember. What's wrong with her? Baphomet cultists came to her sermon. They slaughtered everyone and took her off to their unholy shrine to sacrifice her. I can tell you where it is. I'm begging you. Hurry before they do something to her. And who are you? My name is Turta. I'm a bricklayer. No, that's not what I meant to say. I'm a pathetic sinner, not worthy of your attention. That little saint changed my life, saved my soul, and I let those scumbags take her. Who did this to you? Baphomet cultists. They came to the sermon. They were armed. We couldn't do anything to stop them. I woke up surrounded by dead bodies. The cultists must have thought I was dead too. I ran straight here, but it's already been a few hours. The villains must be halfway to the shrine by now. Baphomet cultists in Dresden. They're everywhere, Commander. The army, the bureaucracy, ordinary people. They have spies high and low, and they recruit those weak in spirit. Some of them get caught, but they're like mold. If you miss just one speck, it's not long before they spread everywhere again. Wait, how exactly do you know where the Shrine of Baphomet is? You're very perceptive, Commander. The woman lowers her head, stops for a moment, and then forces herself to continue, looking you straight in the eye. I didn't come here only to tell you about Ember's abduction, but also to surrender to the law. Arrest me for treason. I am a cultist of Baphomet. It's my fault Ember was taken. Why are you helping me if you're a cultist? I regret what I did. That doesn't absolve me of my guilt, but at least I can do some good before I accept my punishment. Tell me more about your cult. I was recruited a few months back. I came to the city to work on a construction site. I was alone, with no friends and no money. I met some nice people in the tavern. We spent some good times together, and they were always willing to help me in any way they could. They even let me borrow money and never asked for it back. I really thought I'd found friends. Then they started saying things about unfairness in the army, that Galfrey is a tyrant and you're her executioner, that fighting cultists is just slaughtering innocent people who see things a different way. I felt like something was off, but they were my friends. Well, it didn't even take 2 months before I was kissing the hoof of Baphomet's statue in his shrine and swearing an oath to his warlord Thasgarod. Break Baphomet's profane altar, destroy his cult, and punish me in front of everyone as an example to the rest. Thasgarod, who's that? A very powerful demon. I've only seen him once and I almost died of fear. He is huge and he breathes fire and devours human souls. He has an entire army of Templars at his command. How did you end up at Ember's sermon? At first, I stayed away from her sermons, but the cult leaders kept a close eye on her. People flocked to her. The cultists dreamed of poaching her congregation and maybe even luring her to their side, too. When she started saying prayers for the demon lords, we thought it would be easy to entice them to our side. But we underestimated her. 5 spies, including me, infiltrated her congregation. And when the other cultists came for her, all 5 of us took up arms to protect her from them. Ember said prayers for demon lords. That can't be true. You didn't know. She's a true saint. I don't know what else to call her. She was offering up prayers for all the demon lords, Baphomet, Dascari, Nocticula, Cabriri, asking that they come to their senses and end this war, stop hurting people. She believes there is good in everyone, even in creatures who are evil incarnate. I don't know if anyone can make demons come to their senses, but she can do it with people. How could I keep hurting Crusaders after I, along with the others, appealed to Baphomet's better nature? How could I ask him to repent and not repent myself? I see. I've decided what to do with you. I will humbly accept your decision, whatever it may be. You left the cult and atoned for your sins. You may go. Thank you, Commander. You have been kinder to me than I deserve, but that is exactly what Ember teaches us to do. I will do anything to keep others from falling into the cult's web. And you, please save our little saint. Right, so we need to go rescue Ember immediately. That said, I also really need a rest here. Oh, right, and you are going to have this. I mean, you're a shapeshifter. Why wouldn't we give it to you? The dagger. Actually, the dagger. We'll give it to you instead of Retriever's Claw, I think. That seems a pretty good dagger. Sunstoke. Honestly, I can give it instead of the Voice of Hollow. I mean, it's extra damage. You can have this as if you need it. And I'm going to hold on to those bows. Alright, let's go ahead and take a rest here, where we can actually get something. Fish on a stick is fine. I've never been in a butcher's shop before, so how similar is it to the Lost Chapel? Hey, come on, you don't have to make a joke about everything. You definitely shouldn't joke about that blood-soaked madness. Yeah, could have done a little better on that. Alright. Did not mean to click that. But sure, why not? That happened. So 10 minutes I have something that isn't going to help. Alright, let me take a look at the Crusade Affairs. I'll be able to use this to see if I can figure out where it is. Ooh, almost done with that. I think this is it over here. So we gotta march all the way down to Treasonholm and take care of these things. We can do that. We need to rescue her. I think that's the most important thing to do. So, I'm gonna end this episode here. Next episode, we gotta go rescue Ember. Till then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is me. That is me. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. And I shall see you all next time.